Welcome to Photography After Hours. What unusual things do you have in your camera bag? No cursing during Photography After Hours.
Dude, it's after
Cheers.
hours. We can curse.
Curse if we want to. We can turn those stuff around. Beep, beep, beep. All right, we are back here with weird stuff in our camera bags, and we're going to be talking about that. But first, we want to let you know about PAC, the Photographers Adventure Club. Check it out at photoadvclub.com. We do all kinds of weird stuff, so join us on those trips, photo walks, networking, and all that stuff. So next up, we got to introduce everyone. We have Sprague.
Hey there.
We have
Hi
Susie.
there.
Hi.
Scott. And my name is Nick. So let's get into it. So, weird things in our bag. So we started with you. You came up with this topic because you have a lot of weird crap in your bag. You're like just pulling stuff out, and we're like,
Yeah.
okay, this could be a whole episode just on what's weird in Scott's
What's
bag.
just in Scott's bag that's
Yeah,
weird?
if you were ever
so-
stopped by the police, they might take you to jail. You know.
Yeah, it was like
what
we
do you
were
intend
like
to do with these things?
we're looking
So
at
these
his
are
bag.
these are non-photography related items,
Well, that's
right?
even worse.
Like we need them for our photography, but
They're not necessarily things that you would buy
you're
at
not
B&H.
gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna buy them in the camera store.
Yeah.
So
all
So
right.
first one up there was you do event photography, wedding event photography. So, and we probably need this tonight, but a lint brush.
Yeah. All right. So this is my bag of goodies. I always keep that bag of goodies in my bag. This is the weird stuff. So, yeah, lint brush and a shoehorn.
Shoehorn.
So it's a shoehorn and a lint brush. So when I'm at weddings, I usually wear the kind of shoes that are like laceless. And
Like my grandfather.
yeah. And
Like Velcro.
here's the thing. Here's the
It's
thing.
like Uncle Bob, you know.
This is probably too much information, but we're going there. We're going there. We're showing the weird stuff. So in my shoes, I usually have like the leather, black leather shoes. Everything I wear is usually like kind of dressy and blackish. And so the shoes, I usually keep like these little inserts that are like cushions and like odor eaters and whatnot because, you're sweating all day long. And sometimes those things like slip. And so you're always popping your shoes off and having to put them back on. And so that's what the shoehorn is for. And the lint brush is for cleaning up the groom. So when you're prepping everybody, it's really cool when you can walk up to them and be like, okay, I'm going to straighten your tie. I'm going to do this. It shows, first of all, that you care about them, that you care about the little details.
Bring it in.
Yeah.
Hug.
And it shows them that you really are that detail-oriented
Yeah.
person. And so you clean them up, you brush,
Pre-Photoshop them.
you get all the dog hair off of them and everything else. It's
Dog
there.
hair off, shoe cooties on.
Yeah.
Right?
So you clean them up, and that makes them feel that they're being cared for.
I wouldn't take
So-
that to Grandma. She might beat you with something.
So sticking with the shoe theme, you have something shoe related as well.
I do. Oh, I do. Okay.
I
So
do.
this stuff, I'm like, I do what? Oh,
All right.
hand me that right there.
This deal?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. This is. I didn't discover this until I started doing a lot of travel like workshop photography where we're out hiking around a lot. This is moleskin.
No moles were
sounds
hurt in the
terrible.
making of this skin.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Skinning them.
You cut little pieces off of it, and it's not expensive at all. It's a couple of bucks, and it's in the first aid section of the
By Band-Aids.
department store. Yeah, it's by Band-Aids and stuff. You can cut this to any size with your pocket knife, which is another thing that's in my bag, is my little Swiss Army knife. But you'll put it on the side of wherever your shoe is rubbing or wherever a strap is rubbing, like on your backpack or whatever, anywhere you don't want to get a blister.
So it's really sexy. She has the stuff stuck all over her when she's like doing photography.
But it's really good for ladies. You can put this in your high heel shoes too. So separate of photography, it's very versatile, and I didn't discover it until a couple of years ago. And I always make sure I have at least a full packet of it every time we go on a big trip,
Definitely.
just so I don't run out.
So moving
Nice.
on, what do you have in your bag of goodies?
Well, as long as we're in the personal grooming items things here, let's just say, I don't have sweaty shoes or anything like that, but we have here the fantastic little pop-up box here, which has a little brush in it you can pop out, so you
Nice.
can pomp your pompadour, and you can also check to see if there's any spinach in your teeth, like that. So it's just fantastic. It's fun and it fits in your pocket, and it's just great. So.
And it's now broken.
Now it's broken.
That's right.
Yeah, I forgot
Never
we
be
were supposed
afraid
to
of
throw
having a
stuff.
cheap prop, folks.
Yeah, we were supposed to throw stuff at the cameras, like.
Is there more? Okay. I'm kind of a simple guy, so I don't have a lot of fun stuff. So
Organizers, right?
yeah, for me, just organizers. I just kind of have a camera most of the time because most of my stuff's natural light. But just finding things and trying to fish for things in your bag is difficult. So
Yeah. So these are the think tank ones,
So
right?
these are all made by Think Tank, and they're cleverly color coded just in case you're not sure which compartment you're looking for. Here's the batteries for your camera, so you can have one in your camera and two of these. And for a Canon, that'll take you more than a couple days. And then every once in a while, you need some just crazy little AA batteries. So this keeps those organized, and they're not, you're not fishing for those in the bottom of your bag. And this I really like because this is where you put all your memory cards. Now the nice thing about this is if you have a situation where you're shooting two cards in your camera, you can put your compact flash on one side and your SD card on the other side, and then you can put them back and keep them all in order in one of these things, and then you can turn them upside down or whatever your system is for,
Yep. I
making
turn
sure
them.
it's shot or
I
something
turn them
like that.
backwards when
Yeah.
they're upside down. They're shot, and then you have
Right.
another one sideways, right?
But
Yeah.
something like this is really kind of important just for organizing your cards, because when you're out traveling, it's easy to just take them and throw them in your bag or throw them in your pocket or something like that, and they get lost. So it's really a good thing to have, and it has a clever little lanyard if you're a lanyard person. And,
No, I love those three products by Think Tank. I actually use at least two of them. I put in the camera battery one. That's the only one I have, and I put the regular AA's fit in there too. But this is definitely always in there. I have my CPS one that I got, and it's a great little gadget.
So before I forget about it, something that, like, you have a baggie full of stuff. Something I have in my bigger camera bag, is a couple of shower caps.
Okay.
So in
Just in
case
case you
it
gotta take a
starts to
shower.
rain and I put the shower cap over my camera body,
I have
it's
Ziplocs.
just you have Ziplocs.
Well,
Yeah, I
not for
just
my
put a
camera,
shower
but for
cap
my
over.
flashes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, if it's raining or you get that like kind of cool, like water shot, like that backlit, so you can put your flashes outside and put a Ziploc over it and shoot in the
Shoot
rain.
through it.
Yeah, shoot through it. So
I have a Think Tank rain cover and another cheap one that I carry around with me all the time. So on your plastic baggies, you go through the airports a lot, and the last time I went through, I didn't do this, but because I stopped getting searched for a while because I was bringing less and less gear when I'm traveling. So this last time I decided, yeah, we're going to search you, take everything out of your bag, and that was a lot of fun because I didn't use my rubber bands and baggies to keep all my wires. Because when I bring hard drives, I have wires for chargers and cell phones and computers and iPads, and it's like, if you take them all, wrap them up with just rubber bands and baggies, then when they pull it out, it's like 5 things, not like 60. So I'd rubber band them and then put them in a bag and then put them inside the main bag. So it looked all OCD, but it was more so that when they pulled it out, because they look at you and they're like, hey, thanks. We can either throw it all back in or you can put it in nicely the way you had it. And you're like, just walk away. Just walk away. Thank you for your service, So I love it when they pull their camera and the TSA looks at you and goes, what is this? I'm like, do you live in a cave?
Yeah.
And you have to bite your tongue and be like, it's a camera.
When they do that,
What's this? It's a flash.
It's not the time to get sarcastic.
Yeah, you have to just totally bite your
As soon
tongue.
as they pull it out, you just kind of go.
Yeah, really. Ooh, don't touch
The guy was nice
And then
this
they
time,
take
but
you
I've
into the
had
little
idiots
room and they
before.
beat you with a rubber belt,
Yeah, I just keep my mouth shut and don't be Jersey.
Yeah.
So what else we have on your list? You have drugs that it says up there.
I do have drugs.
So for
I got-
Colorado weddings,
No, I got lots of. Okay, where is it?
And some rolling.
Yeah,
paper.
so this is the kit everybody should have. So there's like ibuprofen, Tylenol, Imodium,
Know what they
some other
look
things,
like
so-
before you put
yeah.
them all in the same little container.
But man, sometimes
they sell those right at Walmart.
these
little
are all
containers.
Walmart over the counter little pill case. But you know, you never know when like your back starts hurting and like
I've
you're-
gotten
You
headaches
get
at
a
events.
screaming headache, and
Yeah,
you
your
can't
head- you just-
stop. You have to continue.
you got to keep going.
It's usually
So
when
Yeah.
it's a crappy DJ.
you're shooting 10-hour, 12-hour weddings, and you got to keep going. So
Mhm.
Drugs.
this helps you keep
Say
going.
yes to
Have it
drugs.
handy.
Yeah. Or the
Yeah.
bride has a headache and
Yeah,
you have to
that's
Yeah,
tell
or
her,
even
you know, save the headache
even
for the
other
honeymoon,
people
you
too,
know.
because I've actually dished them out to other people. Where they're like, "Hey, do you have a talent?" Like,
It's-
yeah, I do. I have that actually.
It's funny, on a related note to this, especially for you, and you might think about doing this. When I took lots of DJ seminars, I was in the business for 20 years, event photography, DJs and stuff, and a lot of the people that were doing the high-end bar mitzvahs and weddings would actually have a kit with stuff like that, and like what you're mentioning,
Mhm.
it was like their emergency kit for the bride
Yeah.
and the groom, like
Mhm.
with safety pins and drugs and stuff. So if
There's-
something bad happened, you save the day now. They remember,
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
that's
hey,
right.
the photographer saved my butt.
Yeah.
So,
There is a scene, and I can't remember. Isn't it The Wedding Planner with Jennifer Lopez? And she's dressed real nicely and stuff. And then she pulls her little blazer open, and she's got almost like a money belt around her waist,
stuff.
except it's got like breath spray
Yep.
and smelling salts and a sewing
Yep.
kit and like everything all around it.
And that's
It's
what
hysterical.
my friends did. A lot of they'd have a whole kit set. It was just emergency kit of everything that a bride would need if something their
Yep.
dress ripped, if they had bad breath, if any of that. And it's something you should probably throw
Yeah.
together. It costs like $10, but
Yeah.
you're the savior. Then you get there before the DJ. You know, something happens, you're just on top of
Yep.
it.
You're like, I got that
That's right.
covered.
So,
Cool.
all right, moving down. I have a laser pointer, green laser
Ooh.
pointer to be specific, with dead batteries, because we were just at a workshop.
Don't point it at the cameras anyway.
So I will point it at you.
Nope.
So anyway, laser pointer. Why would I need this? We use this for any nighttime shots that we need to get a focus point. So the camera will immediately focus on this, whether it's right here or a mile away or 10 miles away on a mountain. So you can put this out there, put your focus point on it in pitch black, and it'll beep, 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 and you could turn it off of autofocus. And we use it for star workshops. We use it for when we do light painting, and you could have fun with it too, but we use it mostly as a tool, not as a toy. So.
Yep.
Right,
We
so-
also bring a few different types of flashlights. So headlamp, I usually have a headlamp. I don't have my headlamp in here, but regular torch, hang on, that doesn't have a dead spot in the center. And then this is gadgety. You can demonstrate it. Go ahead. This is an LED flashlight that just is toggle on and off, but you can clip it to things quickly and easily. So you can just stick it on your shirt and have light on whatever you're working with. This one isn't blue, which I would like one that was blue or red for nighttime stuff, but I could put something over it. Just gadgety things like flashlights are really useful to have when
Flashlights.
you're doing nighttime workshops and things like that.
Flashlights, headlamps, I'll use a lot of
Yep.
times. Regular flashlights. If you're not using an LED one, then I don't know why we're
Oh,
even watching
I
this.
have- I
it's
have
like
this
it's
little-
like so like if you're
Mhm.
using an old school flashlight, you're just you need to get an LED one. They're last months and years, not like one night.
Yeah, get LED flashlights. This is a neat little, it looks like a hair tie, like a bungee hair tie, but it has this plastic hook thing on it, and you can get a packet of them, like a dozen of them of different sizes. They are very useful. Super useful for your camera bag. You can attach it to things, and then you can just hook the item on to things, and I use it where I'll hook it onto a carabiner, and it just quickly secures my flashlight. It's not going to fall off, but if I need it, I pop it right off and I've got it in my hand.
I actually
Um,
use those for a different reason. I put them on my camera bag because
Mhm.
my bag weighs like 40 pounds.
Mhm.
And so I'll use my camera bag as kind of a sandbag for my light stands.
Mhm.
And so I'll hook it around my light stand and use my camera bag to like weigh it down.
Weigh it down,
So
yeah.
I use that,
Yeah, those are handy. I use one to keep Bailey's dog pen door from closing on its own. I mean, there's a million uses for it.
Cool. So moving on to Sprague, you have a whole cleaning kit and dust removal kit
Mhm.
that you carry with you to clean your sensor and stuff.
Right, since I'm out traveling quite a bit, from time to time you just get something on your lens that, and you've got various levels of cleaning that you can do. And here is the handy Saks Fifth Avenue bag that I've chosen to store everything in, which for the same reason that you've described, very effective for keeping the TSA happy. But starting out, sometimes you just get a little bit of dust on it, so this little miniature rocket blower is good at just knocking a few specks off. And if that doesn't work, then I really like this little Jouty brush that comes out like this, and you can just use it to
You can put makeup
brush
on
everything
too.
off, and you can little and do
Touch
that
up
kind
the
of
bride.
stuff, and it's kind of lovely. And then every once in a while, even if you're wetting, Grandpa sneezes on your lens or something like that, then you've
Wet
got
wipes.
these little lens cleaning cloths from Hoodman, which are really nice because the top one incorporates a cleaning solution once you've cleaned everything off to get whatever goop you've gotten on somehow. And then it's got a nice drying cloth, and it just does a spectacular job of cleaning lenses. I also have just the standard lens cleaner and cloth, but I found that this typically takes whatever is on the lens and all it does is smear it. So I found that, unless you just can do a quick touch up on it, if you need a substantial cleaning, this works great.
One-time use one
Yeah.
instead. Throw it
Yeah.
away.
High alcohol, like a high percentage concentration alcohol, is what they recommend. So if that gets empty, your little lens cleaner bottle gets empty, just fill it with the highest grade isopropyl alcohol.
Alcohol.
That you
JD.
Yeah, and then clean it. That's what they
Like a little Jack and Coke,
Cool.
clean this
And
and then
baby
you
off.
go from the center out. Yep.
So moving on to back to Scott here.
Mhm.
So you had something else
Yeah.
down here, right?
Well, I use these often, actually. Hooks. These are, I got two different types. So I've got the metal hooks and the white ones. And so that's really good for hanging dresses, hanging suits. You always got to...
Yeah, you just drill them to the wall.
No, these are the stick-ons, and they peel off, and they don't...
Mhm.
You can stick them to virtually anything, and I've done it outside, I've done it inside, sticks to glass. You always struggle finding a place to hang a dress or hang something, and so these are always great. And of course you've got...
So there's like little 3M hooks.
Yeah,
then.
and so you've got the little backing, which,
Cool.
they're reusable, and so that's always a good one. What else do I have in here? I've got this, which is actually ring wax, and so you buy this once and it'll last you like 50 years. I use this a lot, but this is how I stylize little things that I need to stand up, like rings or jewelry or anything that I'm doing details. This helps it hold it in place and hold it in
Yeah, Larry was using that
Yeah.
for our product photography workshop.
Right.
He was sticking a ring up.
Yeah,
and
so
everyone's
I
like, how'd
actually-
you do that? He's like, oh, it's this.
I actually
Tiny
learned
little
that from
dot
a
of
jewelry
it.
photographer, and I was like, well, I shoot jewelry all the time, and it's like, there it is, that's the trick.
There you go. Cool.
And then, yeah, what else is in here?
Oh,
Oh,
So
yeah.
we'll come back to that
Alright.
on the
Oh,
when we
okay.
come back. So after these few words from our sponsor, so we're gonna do this in the two parts. We have a ton more stuff here we have to show you.
We
So
do.
we're gonna come back and tell you more of the weird stuff that's in our camera bag. So come back and see part 2 of this. Cheers.
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 I only have one.